Hey guys, welcome back to FedEx Gaming, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to build the entire Five Nights at Freddy's 1 map on Minecraft. Now this is going to take a very long time to explain how to build, so if you do enjoy the video, please make sure to leave it a like. It's going to take a very long time. I'm going to show you how to build everything in here. All the props and everything is going to be shown how to build. So right here is the little control room. I'll even show you how to build this nice little redstone doors to open up. I just did a tutorial on these, so I'm going to be doing like a quick little tutorial of them, but it has everything in here. All the props, all the cameras, the storage room. Let's just fly over it. We have the storage room, we have the dining room, we have Pirate Cove, we have the stage with Freddy, Chica, and Bonnie, and of course we have Foxy. We also have the management room over here with all the heads. We have both bathrooms, the kitchen, and then I also added a little freezer for fun. But this is going to be the entire thing, guys. It's going to take a very long time to explain. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to break it up into parts. But here we go, guys. Let's start building the entire map of Five Nights at Freddy's 1 on Minecraft. All right, guys, so for this build, we're going to need a 52 by 39 spacing, and you're also going to need enough room to dig down 4. So if you are building this on flatlands, then you're going to have to raise it up at least 1 level. This is just in case you're doing the doors, the opening doors. If you're not doing that, then you don't have to worry about raising it up at all. Now, as you see at the bottom left-hand corner, there's some yellow lines. In between those lines, from the yellow line to the other yellow line, is 20 blocks from exactly that line to that line, because that's where we're going to be starting. We're going to be starting 20 blocks in. So from the left side, from the one yellow line to the other yellow line is 20 blocks. So let's start building this thing, guys. All right, guys, so the spot we're going to start off building first is the area with the doors and the lights, and this area is going to be a 7 by 9 spacing. So let's go ahead and jump right into this thing, guys. So pretty much every block you're going to need for this, especially if you're doing it on this texture pack. I'm using the plastic texture pack, but it's also going to look great on just about almost any texture pack. You're going to need white stained clay, light gray stained clay, gray stained clay, black stained clay, and cyan stained clay. Now, we don't have to take out the cyan right now, but this right here is going to be pretty much the majority of what this build is. So once you've gotten your 7 by 9 spacing right in this area, now like I said, if you're doing this on flatlands, then you're going to have to raise it up at least 1 higher for the doors. If you're not doing this on flatlands, then obviously you don't have to abide by those rules. So inside this little area, which should be a 5 by 7 spacing, we're going to go ahead and make our floor, and our flooring is going to consist of white stained clay and black stained clay. Literally every single floor is pretty much white stained clay and black stained clay throughout this whole entire build. So we're just going to make a nice little checkerboard pattern like this. Doesn't really matter which way you start, just make a nice little checkerboard pattern. And there we go. There's all our white stained clay like that. And then we're going to take out our black stained clay and do the same thing and just fill in all these little blocks and make a nice little checkerboard pattern across the whole entire floor. Next, what I want you to do is take out your light gray stained clay, and right around the border that we have this 7 by 9 spacing, we're going to fill in this whole entire area with light gray stained clay. Now, if you're wondering what these red blocks are right here for, this is where our doors are going to be going. Every single area that has the red stained clay is doors, and then the green stained clay is for stages, such as, the area with Freddy and Bonnie, and this area has Foxy in it. So just giving you a little heads up with that. So now we're going to go ahead and build our door. Now, I just did a tutorial on this, and I'll have a link to that tutorial. This is going to be a very easy door to build, so if you want to go over there and learn all the mechanics a lot easier, then you could do that. However, I'm just going to be straight up building this as fast as possible. So, let me get rid of my buttons right here. We're going to be building this pretty fast, so if you want to get a better understanding of it, then go ahead and check out that. And I'm going to take out pink. There we go. Let's take out magenta. So right here off our pretty much our checkerboard pattern, we're going to come right here where I put this block, and we're going to dig this down. We have to dig down at least 4 blocks. So let me put a block here. It's going to be, let's go like this. You have to dig down at least 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. See how it's 4 blocks down? That's why I said if you're doing this on flatlands, you need to raise your level up at least 1 more. Now, on top of this red stained clay, we're going to go ahead and put a sticky piston and a normal piston like that. And then on top of the normal piston, we're going to put 2 pieces of gravel, 1, 2, and that should line up exactly with your floor. See how it's lined up perfectly with my floor? Beautiful. That is what we want. And now I'm just going to dig out this little area of glass right here because we're going to need this spacing. Like I said, if you want to go to my tutorial that I did this on, it will help you in the long run. So I'm going to just dig out this little area right here as well. So if you've watched my tutorial, it's a pretty simple thing. All you have to do is just put a sticky piston facing downwards off the second gravel block right here, because that's where our button's going to be going. Then we're gonna go ahead and put a block in front of that sticky piston. And then on this side of the corner, the left-hand corner, we're gonna put a block with a furnace, go inside a furnace. And we're gonna stick a random block in there. I'm just gonna use dirt like that. And then we're gonna put a block on this side with a comparator running out of it. So when our sticky piston extends down to here, as you see the comparator comes on, it goes off, comes on, it goes off. So when that extends down, we'll get a signal coming from this. Then what we want to do is come over here where our furnace is, and we're going to put a block right next to this piston, and we're going to put a piece of redstone dust on top of that. And I did not take out redstone dust. That was pretty silly of me. So let's take out some redstone dust, and we're going to put some redstone dust on top of that furnace like that. And then we're going to put a comparator going into it like that. Then what I want you to do is going into this block behind your comparator, we're going to put a hopper like that. Then we're going to delete this block and then go into sneak mode and put a hopper going into this hopper just like that. Then what you do is go inside one of your hoppers, it doesn't matter which one, and then just drop an item in there. Just put one item in there. So now what your comparator should be doing over here is flickering on and off. See how it's flickering on and off? Beautiful. So now our button should be working. So if I go up here and stick a button up here, so we just place a block down right here and we'll put a button here. And if I press this button, as you can see, the sticky piston extends down. Beautiful. That is what we want. Next, what I want you to do is right here in front of this comparator is put a normal piston facing upwards with a gravel block, then put a block down from that and put a repeater coming out of this gravel block on 1 tick delay. Then in front of the repeater, we're going to go ahead and put a sticky piston, so you can go into sneak mode and just put a sticky piston in front of the repeater like that. Put a block in front of the sticky piston, then one block over from this block, we're going to go ahead and put a torch, and then put 2 blocks going this way, 1, 2, and put some redstone dust on top of both these blocks, 1, 2 like that. And then we're going to put a block in front of the redstone dust, a torch to the side, and then a block on top of the torch. Now, if that was too confusing for you, like I said, I'll have a link to the tutorial in the description below. It will be a lot easier for you to follow that tutorial. I just did a quick one. So now when we click this button, as you can see, the gravel door goes down, click the button again, and the gravel door goes back up. And now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. However, I'm just going to rush right through that one since, I just showed you that one. So we just come over here, dig down to where that block is, put a sticky piston, a normal piston, 2 pieces of gravel like that. Make sure it's lined up with your floor. Let's just dig out this area real quick. There we go. And I'll dig out this area as well. Next, what I want you to do is find the area where your button's going to be going. It's going to be going right here. So we're going to delete this block up to the second piece of gravel and put a sticky piston facing downwards with a block in front of it. And then a block down here, put a comparator going that way towards the bigger area. And then we're going to come over here and put a furnace on this side. So let's put our furnace on this side like that. And then we have to put at least one item inside our furnace. So let's just put our furnace inside of our furnace. Then we're going to come up inside here and we're going to put a piece of redstone dust down on top of the furnace. Come a block over next to this. Let me get out blocks. So there we go. Then we have to put a block next to this piston, put a comparator running into that block, and then we're going to put a hopper going into the side of this block, delete this block right here, and put another hopper going into the side of that one. And then we're going to go ahead and, nope, not do that. We're going to throw an item inside this hopper. So now we'll make our thing pretty much keep pulsing on and off like that. So now our button should be working. And then we're going to come over here and we're just going to put a piston facing upwards with a piece of gravel or sand on top of it, block down from that, put a repeater going this way on 1 tick delay. Go ahead and stick a sticky piston in front of that repeater, not a regular piston, a sticky piston, there we go, with a block in front of it, a torch down right here. Then we're going to go into fly mode and go 2 blocks this way, 1, 2 with redstone dust like that. Then we're going to put a block in front of the redstone dust, a torch up to the side, makes that piston extend, and then we're going to go ahead and put another block in top of that torch to make it double extend all the way up. Then we can go ahead and add in our other button, but before we do that, we want to make sure our checker pattern is perfect up here. So I already know my door works since, I'm the one who made it. So you might want to, like I said, check out that tutorial. So now what I want you to do is just take out your black stained clay and white stained clay, because now we're going to go ahead and put our border around this area. So I already added white stained clay over here for my button for this door. So pretty much we're just going to go white, black, all the way around this area so we can figure out what color is supposed to be over here. So where this white stained clay is, we're going to put black stained clay, then white stained clay, then black, white, black, and then so on and so forth all the way around the lip. Make sure not to do the corners. The corners don't need to be done, and it's going to screw up your pattern if you do the corners anyway. So black, white, so that means this one's going to be white. So now we can add our button here and make sure everything is working. So the door opens up and the door closes. Beautiful. So then we're just going to go all the way around. So right here is supposed to be a black stained clay. So white, black, white, all the way around to the end of the other side. So just keep going all the way around. And there we go. Beautiful. Everything matches up perfectly. And then we're going to go do this one more time on top of here. So up here, we're just going to go another row of checkered pattern all the way around. And there we go. There's our whole entire checker pattern room. Next, what I want you to do is take out your dark gray or your gray stained clay. And we're going to put gray stained clay all the way around the top right here. So just go all the way around your top with some gray stained clay as well. And this will make pretty much, this is going to be the pretty much the whole color of all your walls throughout this whole entire build. Just giving you a heads up. So there we go. We have the entire room, and now all we have to do is just the aesthetics for the room. Now this part is pretty much up to you. You can do whatever you like here, but what I like to do is I like to place a staircase, a stone staircase like that in the left-hand corner, and then right next to it, we're going to put another stone staircase just like that. So it looks something like this, and then we're going to put 2 slabs and then another stone staircase just like that. And then we're going to double layer this part up. So do the same thing one more time. So go ahead and do this like that. There we go. Then we're going to go ahead and put 2 normal slabs and then a staircase just like that. And that will be our table. Next, what you want to do is the screen. So I like to put a piece of cobblestone walling right there. And we're going to need some black stained clay for this part. We're going to put a black stained clay like that. Then we're going to put an item frame on top of it and put a piece of glass inside the item frame. And that's going to be your television. Now, I know there's a few other TVs around the area as well. So what I like to do is take out some netherrack stairs and put another rack stair there and another rack stair just like that. And then what I did was I went ahead and I put some item frames on these ones as well, just like that. Next, what I did was I put a piece of gray stained clay here, and then I put a stone staircase facing this way, and that's going to be another television. I'm pretty sure I might have put a painting on there, but I don't know. And then all you have to do is just add some pictures back here for, you know, like posters and things like that. Obviously, you could choose whatever you like. I'm just going to put random stuff right there. And then I just took out some levers, and I went 1, 2, 3, 4 levers, and I flipped them all the other way just like that. Next, what I want you to do is go outside right over here, and inside this corner, we're just going to match up this area right here with a black stained clay and a white stained clay. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side as well. Inside this corner, we're going to go ahead and put a black stained clay and a white stained clay just like that. Now, the reason why we are doing that is because we have to put in our windows. So right here, we're just going to delete these 4 blocks, and we're going to put 2 glass panes like this, and that's going to be our window. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Delete these 2 right here, and then put a glass stained block here, here, and here like that. And those are going to be our windows for our area. And then last but not least, we just have to put our chair in where we could sit. So right here off the wall, right in the middle, we're going to delete the second block. So count up 1 block, 1, and then delete this block, and go ahead and stick an end portal frame in here or an enchantment table. It doesn't really matter. Then right on top of your ender portal frame, we're going to go ahead and put a block on top of it, put a rail, and then put a minecart on top of the rail, then delete the block, and your minecart should fall down inside the end portal frame. And as you can see, I cannot move the minecart because technically it is down in that one spacing of a block. Then we're going to go ahead and put our chair in like this. See if it doesn't go in like this. If it doesn't go straight in, that means it's too close. So what you have to do is just go 1 more block away. Then right off the chair, we're going to put a piston facing towards it, and it should push it. Oh, I have the lever there, so it actually pushed it. But if you don't have your lever on or something and it's like this, then just use a block of redstone just to push it like that. And now that it's pushed over 1 more, we just have to put another piston right here and push this one in as well like that. And there we go. Now we have our seat that we could sit in. Ooh, no. So now we could sit inside of our seat, inside of our Five Nights at Freddy's area, and open and close the door. Beautiful. All right, guys, and that's our whole little inside area for where we start off done. So what I want you to do now is just open up these 2 doors because we got to make sure everything matches up while we are building this. So now we're going to go ahead and do this little outside area hallway. So our hallways are going to be a 5 by 17 spacing, as you can see right there. So now let's just go ahead and start doing it. So all you need to know is it's this 5 by 17 spacing down to over there. So now all we have to do is our checker pattern. So make sure it lines up with this checker pattern. So it goes black, white. That means this color right here is going to be black as well. Now all we have to do is just put in our checker pattern. So I like usually doing white first because I made my border black. So we're going to go ahead and do white stained clay first. So just make your checker pattern all the way around the area like this. And we're just going to fill in our whole entire checker pattern all the way down to the end of this hallway. I know it's very tedious, but you have to do this since in Five Nights at Freddy's, they have a checker pattern going pretty much throughout the whole entire place. So let's go ahead and fill in our entire checker pattern. So once you got your entire checker pattern put in for your flooring, next what I want you to do is take out your light gray stained clay, and we're going to go all the way around the lip, just like we did inside the little areas. Go all the way around, just like that, and then come over here and go all the way to this side as well. Now we have to put in our checker pattern around our entire area over here. So all you have to do is literally just follow this and you'll be fine, guys. Just follow this part right here and you'll be absolutely fine. So we're gonna go right here and go black stained clay because there's white stained clay there, and then black, and now we're just gonna do a checker pattern all the way around. So I'm just gonna take my black stained clay and go literally all the way around this little area until we pretty much fill in the entire area. And make sure you come off this side. Don't just go randomly over there. Come over here and make sure it lines up with right here. And there you guys have it. As you can see, I put my entire checker pattern in. There is no blocks that are standing right next to each other, so it doesn't look bad at all. Next, what I want you to do is, once you got your checker pattern in, is just take out your dark gray stained clay and go all along the tops of these blocks just to cap off the area. Now we're not going to worry about right there for a second because we're going to be putting our door in there. So let's just get this whole little area in with our gray stained clay. Now we're going to do this hallway, and it's the same as the other one. It's a 17 by 5 spacing. So let's go ahead and start this off. So as you can see, there's a black stained clay right there. So now we just have to make the same checker pattern that we did over there. And there you guys have it. The entire floor is put in. Now all we have to do is just take our light gray stained clay and go all the way around the lip. And then we just have to put in our checker pattern for the walling now. Once you got your walling in, then all you have to do is just take out your dark gray stained clay again, and then just bring it around the top to cap it off. And there you guys have it. Now you have both hallways done and the control room. Next, for your storage room, you're going to need a 10 by 5 spacing. Now make sure you count from the walling over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do not count straight off the wall 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or it won't line up well. So just remember, it's a 10 by 5 spacing straight off the walling. Now all we have to do is just make that checkerboard pattern for the floor. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. So right here is where white stained clay is, and we're just going to go ahead and make our checkerboard pattern. Once you got your checkerboard pattern in, take out your light gray stained clay and do the same thing. Just go around the entire lip. And now we're going to add in our checkerboard pattern for our walling. So come over here, down here to the left hand side, and right where this white stained clay is, we're going to put another piece of white stained clay and another piece of black stained clay so it matches up with this walling. And then we're going to go ahead and go all the way around, making our entire checkerboard pattern. Once you have completed your walling and everything matches up nicely, we're going to take out our dark gray stained clay and go all the way around the lip of this as well. Next, what we're going to go ahead and do is make our props for our storage room. Now, inside the storage room, it shows usually like shelvings with alcohol and things like that. So what I did was right here where the dooring is supposed to go, we're going to put a oak wood staircase like that, another oak wood staircase just like that, and put a half slab in the middle. Next, what you're going to do is take out some item frames and stick 2 item frames like this. And then we're going to put another set of oak wood stairs right here, 1 slab and another piece of oak wood like that. And then what I did was I put another item frame up here as well. And then we're going to stick a brewing stand in just like that. Then on this side, we're pretty much going to do the exact same thing we did over here. Just take out your stairs, go like this, 1, 2, put a slab in the middle, go ahead and put a brewing stand right here with 2 item frames. Then we're going to go ahead and put another staircase like this and like this with another slab in the middle, and stick 3 item frames up here just like that. Now once you got all your item frames in, what I like to do is just go inside my potion stand, my potion area, and just grab a bunch of random potions. It really doesn't matter, just grab a few random ones and then just stick them in here, so it gives the illusion that you have like alcohol or things like that on the shelves for the Five Nights at Freddy's little storage area. Next, what we're going to do is the mop bucket and the broom. So what all I did for the broom was I came 1 block away, put a piece of brown stained clay and 2 fence posts like that for the broom. And then for the mop bucket, I just put down a cauldron with some water, and then I put down 2 fence posts like that for our mop bucket. Next, what we have to do is put in our camera. So what I did for my camera was I came over here and I put a piece of iron bar like that, and then put an upside down netherrack slab like that for my camera. Obviously, you could set up your camera whichever way you want, but for the camera on Five Nights at Freddy's, it's facing towards the mop bucket and the broom, and it's also facing towards this little alcohol rack or whatever you could call it. Next, what we're gonna do is just come right out here, and we're gonna put a black stained clay right up here like this. And then what you're going to do is take a door and just put it right here. And there you guys go. You got the entire storage room done. So now we have the storage room done, the 2 hallways, and we have the control room completed. All right, guys, so for the next room we're going to tackle is the dining room. This one's going to be a 31 by 18 spacing. Don't worry about the little tiny corners like where the green lines are and the red lines are. We're just going to worry about this big middle room. Now obviously we're going to have to do a lot of checkerboard patterns for this room. So to start off your checkerboard patterns, very easy, you know, just start off from right here. We could put a white stained clay like that. Let's keep our black stained clay and our white stained clay right next to each other, and we're just going to make sure it lines up perfectly with that. But it should, guys. If yours does not line up perfectly, then you must have did something wrong. But as you see, it lines up perfectly with that side, making our checkerboard pattern. We're just going to fill in this entire 31 by 18 spacing right here. Alright guys, so I know it hurt your eyes a lot, but there you guys go. There is the entire flooring done. So once you got your entire flooring in, so obviously you probably had to pause the video there to do it, we're going to go ahead and go around the entire lip with our light gray stained clay. Again, of course, do not interact with any parts of this. Do not interact with these parts. So right here at the left hand corner, if you want to, just skip 3 blocks, 1, 2, 3, and then on the 4th block, go ahead and start up your little light gray stained clay again. And on this side, the same thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then right at the 9th one, it's easy to remember where this one is because it's going to be lined up exactly with that wall right there. See how it's perfectly lined up with this wall? So just keep that in mind. Those two are perfectly lined up with one another. Then from here, you can go ahead and skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 blocks. And then on the 14th one, which should line up with that wall, see how it's lined up perfectly with this wall, go ahead and start up your gray stained clay again and just go all the way around the sides of your 31 by 19 spacing. Skip these 3 blocks, put light gray stained clay, skip these 3 blocks, and put light gray stained clay here, skip these 2 blocks, and put light gray stained clay like that. Next, what I want you to do is take out your dark gray stained clay. I normally don't do this, but we're going to go around the entire border that we just did with our light gray stained clay with our dark gray stained clay. Obviously, we have to skip the areas that are green. Make sure you skip those areas that are green because those are going to be in the open position. So right here, we're going to skip this part and we're going to come over here and just come up 3 blocks, 1, 2, 3, delete these 2, and then go around the entire lip once more. So there we go, and bring it all the way down. Remember to skip the green part at Foxy's Cove as well. So right here, we're going to skip this part and go up 3, 1, 2, 3, delete these 2, and bring this all the way around like that. Beautiful. And then you can also put it in right here as well. Next, we're going to do is our checkerboard pattern. So let's just fill in this area real quick. So, you know, just skip a block there, put some right here, and right here. And then go ahead and fill this in with white stained clay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now this whole area is in. And now what we have to do is bring our checkerboard pattern all the way around, making sure not to mess with these parts right here. Alright guys, so we're going to start up from this left-hand side over here and work our way around like that. So to make sure we put these doors in perfectly, all we're going to do is just do the same pattern all the way around. So black stained clay, white, black, white, all the way around like this. And then when you get to a part with a door, all you have to do is just follow the top area right here. So black, white, like that, and then black, white, just to follow that whole area around. And we're going to do the same thing here. Black, white. Now right here where this door is going towards our bathrooms, there's going to be no checker pattern whatsoever. However, we do need to keep it going perfectly. So all I did was I just went black, white, black, white. As you see, it lines up perfectly there. Then we're just going to delete these 3 blocks like that and just keep our checkered pattern going all the way around. Just keep doing the same thing over and over. Don't mess up like I just did there. Just keep going all the way around. Then we're going to do the same thing when we get over here. We're just going to go black, white, just so we can make sure we line it up perfectly. Delete these 3 blocks and then do our checker pattern once more all the way down to over here. like that. Now what I did was, instead of going all the way down there with another line, we're just going to swing our way over to here and fill in this area as well. So now we're going to go, just do the checkered pattern once more again. That's pretty much how this whole build goes, is just one big checkered pattern. And then right here, to keep this going perfectly, we're just going to go another checkered pattern like this, all the way down, delete these 3 blocks, and then keep going with our checkered pattern. And then right at this door, we're going to just put another block like that and just keep going with our nice little pattern. So now that we got all our floorings and our walling in, we could go ahead and do our seatings, which is going to be our little props for our dining room area. Well, all it's going to be is just tables and chairs. So to start that off, what I do is I come over here to this little middle area. See this little middle area right here? And we're going to count in 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3, like that. And then we're going to count down 2 blocks. 1, 2, and we're going to put a fence post just like that. Then we're going to skip 2 blocks. 1, 2, and put another fence post like that. So it should look something like this. And now we're going to make a 3 by 5 area of fence post. So right here, we're going to skip out 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to put another fence post right there, and then just put another one like that. Next, what we're going to do is take out black carpet and white carpet, black carpet and white carpet, and just fill it in right over the top. So black goes on top of black, and white goes on top of white. Now I know the colors look a little bit different, but don't worry, you won't really notice those at the end. So next what we're going to do is put some white carpet right above our area to make our tablecloth for our table, like that. And next what we're going to do is our chairs. So come right over here, down here next to this fence post, and just delete this block, and we're going to put an ender portal frame in here, or we can go ahead and put an enchantment table in there. So I'm going to use my end portals. I'm going to put one there, there, and there, just like that, and do the same thing on this side. 1, 2, 3, just like that. Then off each side of the ender portal frames, we're going to take out spruce wood stairs, and we're going to put one here, here, and here, just like that, and do the same thing on this side. 1, 2, 3, just like that. Next, what we're going to do is put blocks on top of all of our ender portal frames, just like this. And then on top of all the blocks, we're going to go ahead and put powered rails, or any rail will do, it doesn't really matter. And then put minecarts on top of all of our rails. Once you got those all in, now we just have to delete these blocks and let our minecarts fall in place. There we go. So now none of the minecarts can no longer move. Once you got your minecarts in place, we're going to take out our pistons, and we're going to put a piston right behind each individual staircase like this, facing towards our minecarts. Once you got them in place, just put down a redstone block or anything that could send power to them and push our seatings into place. So now if we want to, we can now sit down at the table. And we're just going to do the same thing on this side. So put your 3 pistons right behind your stairs like this, and then put a redstone block in between them to activate the stairs and put them into place. So now we can sit down at all these seatings as well. Next, we're going to do the other 2 seatings, and then we're just going to double them up. So what don't you do is come to either side. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to go over here to the right hand side, and we're just going to count out 1 block from here. So 1, and then count down 2 blocks. 1, 2, and put a fence post right here. And we're going to do the same thing we did over here. We're going to make a 3 by 5 spacing of fence posts. You can easily just match it up with that one right over here, just like that. And we're going to do the same thing we did over there. Put down white carpet, and then put down your black carpet, and then go ahead and put your tablecloth over your table. Once you've gotten your tablecloth in, we could go ahead and put our end portal frames in. So just delete this block and put an end portal frame, end portal frame, end portal frame. Same thing here, end portal, end portal, end portal. Then take out your chairs, spruce, 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 spruce. Now all we have to do is just put our minecarts over our end portal frame. So just put a block above each one with a minecart on top of it, like so. Then we're going to put our minecarts on top of the powered rails. And then next, all we have to do is just delete all the blocks again. Now all we have to do is just put our pistons in. And then we have to send power to our pistons by going like this, and then delete all our pistons and our blocks, and do the same thing on this side as well. So there you guys go. Now we have 2 tables in, and we're going to do 1 more table, and then we're just going to double them up over here. So we're going to come over to this side, and we're going to count over 1 block like we did on the other side. So over 1, and then down 2, 1, 2, and we're going to put a fence post right here, and then just make a 5 by 3 area of fence post. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can easily just level it up with that one over there, and then just do your entire thing once more. I don't need to tell you really what to do anymore. And there you guys have it. Now we have all 3 tables done. Now all we have to do is just double up these tables. Now to double up the tables, just take out your fence post, and we're just going to skip 1 block, 1, and put a fence post here, and literally make a 5x3 spacing again. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. And that's where another table is going to be going. Skip 1 block, put fence post here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to put another table there. And then right here, we're going to put 1 more table as well. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and another table is going to be going right there. All right, guys, and that is the end of part 1. There's going to be a little thing popping up on the screen right now to lead into part 2, and I'll catch you guys there. All right, guys, peace.